Hey guys, this is Mikko. In the last video we made this brush using the grain feature of Procreate 5 and I'm really happy with the way this brush turned out. But in that video you asked me that how can I combine the brushes in Procreate. I had a bit of trouble with this because I don't see any such settings in the brush menu itself. So you can't see dual brush features in Procreate 5 panels. However, I was able to do it, but it takes a little bit of fiddling around to figure this out. So I'm gonna show you right away how you can do this when you get to Procreate 5. By the way, as I'm shooting this video, Procreate just announced that they are going to have open beta. So I suggest that you fill out that form for a chance to access Procreate 5 as soon as possible. To combine brushes, you are going to lose the original brushes. So I would recommend that you duplicate the brush that you want to combine first, so that you still have the original in case you want to use it. And to make this first test, I'm going to use Nicoral brush, so I'm going to duplicate that. And let's see what would be a different brush that has a very different texture to Nicoral. Dry brush, it has this very different looking texture, so I'm gonna duplicate that as well. Now you see that once I selected dry brush, Nicoral isn't selected anymore. Now that I have both of these brushes duplicated, I'm gonna select this Nicoral brush and I'm going to select this dry brush as well. But if I just tap this, it will unselect the Nicoral brush. So the way you can select both of these at once is by sliding to the right. And you will see this lighter blue shade on the other selected brush. And if you look up here, you will see that this new combine button appeared. I'm gonna press this and this will combine the dry brush with the Nicoral brush. This order is very important for later. So I'm gonna hit that. And now Nicoral brush, you can see that it's completely different already. So it does have some of those qualities of the Nicoral brush, which is this kind of like blocky shape, but at the same time it has that texture of the dry brush. Just for comparison, let's look at the original dry brush and see how it compares. You see that this is completely different looking than the brush that we just created. It has this sharper, higher contrast texture to it. I think that would be actually more useful than the original dry brush, because personally, I don't really use this for anything, it's just smudgy. But this new brush that we just created by combining Nicoral brush with the dry brush, I think this is actually useful. Let's try making the same brush but in different order. I'm gonna select this dry brush first, and then as a second brush, I'm going to select the Nicoral brush. You can see that it has this lighter blue color over it. That means that it's the second brush that you selected, and this will be combined down over the dry brush. I'm gonna hit combine again. And let's take these side by side. This is the first Nicoral brush that we made. And this is the brush that is using dry brush as base. You can see that it has those blending qualities of the original dry brush, and it's completely different. And this comes just from the order of how you combine brushes. Now in same scale, this is the new brush that we just made, using the dry brush as the basis and combining it with the Nicoral brush. You can see that even if the scale is the same, it draws out in a completely different scale because of the max scale settings are different for dry brush as they are for Nicoral brush. Even just drawing this circle shows how different these are. And these are the combinations of Nicoral and dry brush, just in two different orders. So right now, based on this video, when you get your hands on Procreate 5, you can make this brush immediately by just combining Nicoral brush with the dry brush. Not the other way around. I don't know what you would do with this brush, but like if you can use that for painting, I guess you're a better painter than me, because like that's just like gross, smudgy. One more cool thing that you absolutely have to try, because with this the possibilities will really be endless. Here you see this round brush that is a combined brush out of two brushes. The problem with this brush is that it has too smooth edges. I just don't like that. It has this sort of artificial look. So this is already been duplicated, and here there is other combined brush. This is not the 6B pencil. It's a combination of two different brushes, but you can combine the combinations. So I'm gonna use this as the base brush and then select the round brush that has two smooth edges and then combine these. And now the resulting brush is a round brush that has interesting textured edges. So you can make small tweaks and fix a brush that has just one problem with another brush that doesn't have that problem. It just takes a little bit of experimenting to see what combinations work the best. And I'm excited what kind of brushes you make, because seriously, even if I made brushes here for the whole hour, I would still be nowhere near close the possibilities of what combinations can bring, because you can combine the combinations as well. So let me know in the comments below what kind of brushes you would like to combine, and if I should use these for actual painting, because I think this would be a really good painting brush now that I think about it. It has very interesting, this sort of like light touch mechanic. Okay, but that's all you need to know about combination of brushes in Procreate 5 and how dual brush system works. I hope you're all excited to try this when Procreate 5 releases, and remember to sign up for that open beta, because you might be able to try this in just a few days if you do that. I'm Mikko, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!